Okay, good morning. Yeah, real quick. I came here to do a continuation of us being at the water park yesterday. Girl. Okay, excuse the way I look. I just came from outside doing my morning walk and now I'm eating my breakfast. So we can get up out of here before it gets too hot. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So yesterday we at the water park, right? I had told Omar, I was like, I don't think we should go to the water park today. Let's go tomorrow, which is today. But I had said, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing him like that because when I tell him stuff, I need to go ahead and do it. But my body was hurting, so then I started putting on a bathing suit and stuff like that. And girl, I was like, girl, I probably see somebody I know. I ain't finna be out there with these arms out. So I put back on my clothes, and when we got there, it was so packed. It was so packed. Listen, let me tell you something. Let's talk about that water park before we talk about how I lost that boy. Okay, so excuse me, being at their water park, the parents were in the water with with their kids. Now this is a splash pad. It has a wade pool, and all they do, you don't even get on the floaty to go around in the wade pool. They go around in a circle in the wade pool, which makes no sense to me. Where are the donuts that you get into? That's just like a relaxing part of the thing. You should be able to get in your donut and go around and relax. And then they got this other side where they got the basketball. Now that's where they should be over there playing, right? A little basketball hoop or whatever, little waterfalls. Then they got this part up here where the kids, the babies be. And it was too many of those. Too many of those. So Omar was over there, right? And he over there. I told him before we got in there, listen, don't be trying to get into people's way, trying to befriend somebody. Let them befriend you. Like, stop being so anxious, because at that point, at some time, you gotta let somebody at least want to try to be your friend. So he was out there just playing. He was spinning a little thing. He was playing. He was just looking. I kept, looking at him. I kept my eye on him, but then I went live, and the whole time I was live, I kept looking. I said, well, let me get off of this live. Let me just go ahead on and watch my child. So I'm looking down because something was wrong with that one. So I said, well, I'm going to do just a little small one. So I looked down for 2 seconds. I looked up. He was gone. Gone. So I looked and I was like, oh my. So I got up. I looked around. I ain't see him. So then I got up and I walked over there. I still didn't see him. I took my damn shoes off. I was like, where's my child? I said, oh my. I told the lifeguard, I said, I'm looking for my son. So what he look like? And I said, so most of these boys out here don't have on a shirt. He has on a swim shirt. I think it's blue and peach looking or something like that. I said, I don't know which one he put on. And that's another mistake that I made. You should always remember what your child had on. So I started walking on the thing. He was like, man, I can't have you walk up. I said, I'm looking for my son. I said, are you going to help me look for him? He said, I'm going to help you look for him. Come, please get down. So I got down. I walked over there, and I'm looking. He said, is that him? I was like, no, I don't see him. I said, well. I said, no, that ain't him. So I was like, somebody need to help me find my son. He told me, well, I can't move from my post. I said, well, somebody needs to help me look for him. At this time, here come the waterworks. Now, I'm not boo-hoo crying, but I am crying because I'm like, okay, where is he? He was just right. So I'm kind of like, oh my. Girl, I walk around. So then I went back and I got the general manager. I said, who is that guy right there? He said, oh, that's the big boss. I said, okay, well, I'm finna talk to the big boss. I walked up. He said, hey. I said, hey, how you doing? He said, hey. I said, I can't find my child. I said, I just had my eyes on him. He said, okay, well, let me help you find him. So we walk around. And I'm looking, right? He said, let me go get some more people to help us. I said, okay. He go and get some more people to help us. I look over here by they have a slide that come down. Now, I was going to ask him if he was going to go on the slide because he had a wristband to go on the slide. He get down, and I'm like, and he's not that tall. So he's still holding on to the side, right? But he can swim. Thank God for swim classes. He can swim. So he coming down, and he with two other boys. I told him, man, I said, get his out their water. Pick him up and bring him out their water now. I said, oh my, you cannot do that. You have to let me know if you're moving or if you're leaving. If you would have said, mommy, I'm going to go this way, I would have been like, okay, then who eyes would have went that way? Mine. I wouldn't have been still in this little circle part trying to find him. All always try to keep my eye on him. And girl, at this time, I'm like, I'm not hysterical, but I am crying. And I'm like, but God didn't let it feel in my heart that somebody had took him. I was like, he in this part, babe. I was finna go slam them gates and we was finna be an amber. Like, ain't nobody leaving this mug until I get my child. Babe, I said, pick him up out there, water. I said, come on here, let's go. I said, now you don't mess this up for yourself. I said, because you could have told me and asked me, mommy, I'm going to go this way. You are here by yourself. It's a lot of kids here. It's a lot of people here. I said, you can't just do that. You have to. Y'all, I was so mad. I threatened to whoop his butt, all kinds of stuff. Of course, I didn't do that because it was, some of it was on me. I had to take accountability for the thing that I did as well. Not paying attention and, not making sure that he was, I guess, having fun or asked him did he want to go over there. But I was just getting ready to do that when I looked up and he was gone. I promise you I was. But in my heart of heart, I knew Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had me. I was like, you know what? He in this park. And if not, baby is about to go down. I kept looking at the gate. I kept looking at different people. This one lady walked over. She was like, I looked at her. I'm debating, should I pull my phone out and call his daddy? Because I'm like, at this point, I'm finna call my husband. I don't know where Omar at. I don't lost him. Now, I had asked him to go with us, but he had something else that he needed to do. Girl, anyway. Girl, pray for your sis, girl. Girl, pray for your sis. This is a hard thing. I am in my 50s and my baby is 8. What I do that for? I'm gonna call y'all back.